The Supreme Court of India has in fact faced a unique case yesterday. When to determine a person is brain dead. Okay, when to determine that physical living of the person is going to be impossible is something which has always been a matter of debate. Primarily because we know very well that whenever an accident victim visits an hospital, usually he would be put on the ventilator services, and then the doctors will proclaim him brain dead, him or her brain dead, on the basis of a test which is called as apnea test. And the apnea test involves removing the ventilator services to the person in order to check whether the person is able to independently take the respiratory function or not. If he is unable to do it, then the person would be declared as brain dead and his organs would be harvested in order to give it for eligible beneficiaries. Current procedure is this, and the current procedure is governed by the Human Organ Transplant Act, which says that 4 doctors, okay, in fact at 2 independent times should conduct the test and give the report whether the person is brain dead or not. But right now the current evidence is suggesting that the apnea test in itself is flawed. The reason for its flawed nature is because by removing the ventilator services, the doctors are enhancing the possibility of brain damage and brain death. In fact, this raises a serious concerns and questions with respect to whether the brain death is a real death or not, because the test which is conducted to determine brain death itself is contributing to brain death. That is the reason why the Supreme Court is right now appointing a 𝐾𝐸𝐵 expert panel in order to study other alternative methods which will make the determination of brain death possible. For example, particularly there is a very important test which is called as brain angiogram, which will help in order to determine whether the person is brain dead or not without causing any damage to the brain tissue. Maybe better tests should be conducted in order to determine brain damage, primarily because so it's a very serious and emotional issue which also involves ethics, primarily because we should not compromise on human life for the sake of organs. Thank you.